Do you know? The release date for the PC version of Sonic Mania was delayed by over a week after it hit consoles. This was likely caused by a recent sabotage orchestrated by a hacker known only by the mysterious cipher Quintobor. In an attempt to address the inevitable backlash, Sega's offered free Steam keys for Sonic the Hedgehog to anyone who ordered the PC version. This has done little to assuage aggrieved gamers, however, because according to a recent global census, 3 out of 4 individuals already own a copy of Sonic 1 in some form. This statistic includes the populations of the Vatican and penguin colonies in Antarctica. Speaking of delayed releases, Sonic Mania was available for download on the PS4 and Xbox One almost a full day before it became available on the Nintendo Switch eShop. It has been speculated that this was an intentional slight born from residual ill will Sega had toward Nintendo, stemming from the console wars of the 90s. Sega has neither confirmed nor denied these accusations. Sonic Mania actually started development as a fan game. It was meant to be an entry in the Freedom Planet series, and even the drop dash was based on the drop rev maneuver that would have been used by Carol as she rode her motorcycle. During this stage of development, Christian Whitehead Chandler decided that, since he was already creating what was essentially a Sonic game, he would take what he had and pitch it to Sega. In response, Yuji Naka, president of Sega and biological mother of Sonic the Hedgehog, said, "Sure, why not? This is already better than at least half the stuff Sonic Team has been churning out recently." The story elements of Sonic Mania were originally going to be much more pronounced. Based on requests from Sonic Team, the game was going to feature fully voice-acted scenes, dramatic twists, political intrigue, sexual tension, and subversive commentary on the human condition. Whitehead decided early on that this was a terrible idea, citing examples from Sonic's history such as Shadow the Hedgehog, which has been described by certain gamers as containing too many useless, annoying side characters, and makes it so that Shadow has the blood of a space alien, like, what the actual fuck? When asked if Sonic 06 had also played a part in the decision to tone down the narrative, Sega responded that no Sonic games were released in the year 2006, and that anyone who said otherwise would, quote, never see their family or loved ones ever again. Do you know? Sonic Mania is a good game. Since that statement is in this video, this is now an objective fact. If you disagree, you are wrong, stupid, and, speaking purely from a scientific standpoint, a big doo-doo brain. The animated scenes created for Sonic Mania are the work of a notable Sonic fan, Don Bluth, under the nom de plume Tyson Hess. While he is more well known for being behind classic animated movies such as Rockadoodle and Bartok the Magnificent, this would not be Bluth's first foray into gaming, as he was behind the beautiful animation scene in Dragon's Lair, Space Ace, and Akiba's Trip. Despite his experience and status as a Sonic fan, Bluth was actually wary of working on Sonic Mania at first, stating that he was certain that every Sonic game released after the Genesis was utter garbage. When told that Sonic Mania would be a faithful throwback to the Genesis games, Bluth said, "Alright, but the second you suggest to animate Shadow or, God forbid, that fucking edgelord Sonic Forces, I will take everything I've animated for Sonic and burn the shit out of it." The title, Sonic Mania, was actually a reference to Pac-Mania, a game starring Pac-Man released in 1987. In fact, Sonic Mania was originally just going to use the Pac-Mania logo, despite still being listed as Sonic Mania, because no one really felt like making a new logo. When word of this reached insiders at Namco Bandai, they were furious and demanded that Sega not use the Pac-Mania logo for Sonic Mania. Sega initially refused, saying that they would give Namco Bandai $50 and a half-filled coffee house punch card in exchange for permission to use the logo. Namco Bandai responded by kidnapping an unpaid Sega intern and holding him ransom. This collateral was insufficient to deter Sega, but realizing the situation would only escalate from here, potentially endangering employees that mattered, Sega agreed to create their own logo for the game if the intern was returned, dead or alive. While no official sources have proven the veracity of any of these statements, neither Sega nor Namco Bandai have confirmed or denied these accusations. Do you know? Existence has no inherent meaning, and ultimately the totality of your time on this earth will eventually be forgotten by the rest of the universe. This does not directly relate to Sonic Mania, but it's still a fun fact. The hard-boiled heavies that serve as bosses in certain stages of Sonic Mania actually went through different names throughout development. A few of these names include the Rob E. Rottens, the Egg Beaters, and the Super Special Sonic Search and Smash Squad. While the name had yet to be finalized, Eggman himself started calling them his own name, the Hardboiled Heavies, and before long the name stuck. In a rare event for a modern Sonic game, critical response has not been overwhelmingly negative. For example, an IGN review has called Sonic Mania, quote, the classic throwback longtime fans have been clamoring for. Of course, since IGN has also gone on record as saying,
Sonic was never good.
It is not entirely clear what is meant to be conveyed by the review statement. IGN gave Sonic Mania an 8.7 out of 10, docking points for, quote, too much Sonic and, quote, would have been at least a 9 out of 10 if it was a Mario game. Do you know? The level footage you saw during the last fact was a Final Climax Zone, the last level in Sonic Mania. That's right, any of you poor fools trying to avoid spoilers because you got the PC version or are still somehow unsure if you want the game have failed. Now you might as well just look up the ending and not play the game. While we're at it, we might as well let you know that Death Egg was the name of his sled, Knuckles kills Dumbledore, and everything in the game turns out to be a dream. If you want to see more video game facts, good for you, it's nice to want things. And if you still have time you'd like to waste, maybe watch this game theory video about The Legend of Zelda that I'm shamelessly plugging.